Super Dave here with episode 46 of figures, playsets, and accessories that go well with Masters of the Universe, Classics, Masterverse, or Chronicles. Come on over here. We have a Cosmic Legion character. Now, you remember, if you know anything about Mythic Legions and the Four Horsemen, is that they were involved in designing the Classics MOTU figures way back, 20 years ago when they first started. And I don't think they had anything to do with Masterverse or any of the rest of them, but they did in Classics. Well, the Four Horsemen own Mythic Legion, Cosmic Legion, and those kind of figures. The mythos is just deep, and you can read a little bit about that right here while I'm talking. But the deal is, usually in every wave, they come out with at least one, if not two, figures that is a nod to a MOTU figure. We've seen recently Many-Faces. Way back in the day, we saw one that was like He-Man, one that was like Skeletor. We've seen just about every incarnation of different MOTU figures, and what they do is they come with a head that goes with the mythos of Mythic Legion, Cosmic Legion, or it has a head that goes with MOTU, looks more like the MOTU figure. And that's what we have here. And it don't take a whole lot of imagination, because you remember, of course, I call him in my MOTU universe, Fly Guy with the wings. Don't take a whole lot of imagination to figure out who this guy's supposed to be. That's right, Buzz Off. And we did not see him in the live action movie. Man, that would have been epic. Maybe in the second one. We're hoping for a sequel, and maybe we'll see Buzz Off. But yeah, this is Buzz Off. Look at all the figures in the Cosmic Legion so far. Just looking really cool here. Can't wait to get the dragon that's coming out. There is this character here. That must be his name. Go ahead and let you read that if you're interested in reading that part that goes along with this character as far as the Cosmic Legion mythos goes. All right, so nothing but just some legalese on the bottom. That kind of Cosmic Legion, little moon looking thing on the top. And let's go over here to our new Eternia and Eternia setup and check out, I'm calling him Buzz Off. And here we are in Eternia, getting ready to take a look at Buzz Off by Cosmic Legions. And that's what I'm calling him here. And he's cool, looking awesome. I've equipped some of his stuff, and we'll look at that closer. But first, let's look at his accessories. And first of all, our Buzz Off Cosmic Legion type character comes with 3 sets of hands. He has these open type claw hands, which they'll still hold this very iconic to not Buzz Off, but to Cosmic Legions. They always come with a big staff. I mean, a tall staff. And that's what we have here. Has some kind of dagger at the bottom. I'm sorry, at the very top, like a spear maybe. And then like almost an axe type thing. Crescent design. So very unique. I don't think we've seen that before. You see this head sculpt that he comes with. It also has these pauldrons that are optional. You can put them on or leave them off. And I'll just mention to you that you do have to attach that black extension piece on his back. It plugs right in. Then you're able to install the wings here, as you see. And I've got those open claw hands equipped there. Then he also comes with some more closed in type claws, and then a little bit less closed in. I mean, it's really hard to tell any difference between these, but it's like the middle finger there is elevated just a little bit more on this pair here, as you can see, than this pair. These are a little bit more closed in so that he can hold stuff a little tighter. But other than that, they're all horizontally hinged. But other than that, I can't really tell any difference in these hands here, other than that middle finger just slightly opened up here and it's more closed in on this one, on these two. So that's 3 sets of hands, and like I said, you can take the pauldrons off or you can leave them on. Has some really cool looking feet here and boots. Really gives the whole vibe of Buzz Off. But here's the real treat. Here's our, I would say, more Buzz Off style head. Now, it's not necessarily identical to Buzz Off. It's a very, fly style interpretation. Kind of looks like our fly guy, but in bee colors. But he has his antennae, which you can put back there or you can take them off. And then he's got 2 options in his mouth area here. You can have these that are kind of gapped open, scissored open, or you can put these on that are going to be a little bit more closed in. And there's an extra piece sticking out, almost like a tooth or tusk or something kind of thing, that goes along with these. So they're more open, and there's an extra little opening there. And then you can have these that are going to be more closed in around the mouth. I like the way these look, so that's the one I put on. So there you have it. And these wings, and I'll show you here in just a second. And our Buzz Off Cosmic Legion type bumblebee bug here figure has a axe with a wooden handle. Now I believe Buzz Off always had an axe, kind of was like a brown axe with a handle type guard around it, but this is an homage or a nod to that. And it's got like a little silver bottom there, has a cool little design blade, but he would definitely be able to hold that with either one of those weapon holding hands that we looked at just a moment. And I mentioned that they were all horizontally hinged, but I wanted to show you right here that these wings, kind of like the fly ones, these 2 parts do not separate, but they will move up like so, which don't look the best. Looks better, I think, when they're kind of more sideways like that, or maybe even just a little bit spread out like that. And of course, when he's standing, you can have them down like that. But they're really cool looking, and they will also hinge outward like that. So you can have them hinged back slightly. So when you have them up, you can have them slightly hinged backwards. But let's go ahead and look at what we all really want to take a look at, and that is the head changed. So this is more your Cosmic Legion type head, all the eyes and just the alien look. But this is what I think that they're going for concerning Buzz Off. So let's go ahead and pop this head on and see how he looks. Ba-boom! Look at there. Looking cool indeed. Definitely looking cool with that head on. Now, like I mentioned, you can have the other ones that are less open on if you would like, but I just think that gives him a very intimidating look. Now, this is not going to be my Buzz Off. This is just going to be one of the bee people in Buzz Off's hive. Buzz Off is still the leader, and we'll look at him in comparisons here. But yeah, this is going to be Buzz Off, one of Buzz Off's minions, or fellow pupils, or hive friends, or whatever, buddies, family, whatever. But he is so cool. Just look at these gauntlets, muscularity, but yet there's like this. I don't know exactly how to describe it. Not sure if it's the same arms that we've been seeing or if there's a little difference to it. It's hard for me to tell, but it's definitely got a muscularity to it. Got like an armor here with the brown. It's not black and white, black and yellow. It's brown and yellow. Sorry, Barry from the Bee Movie, right? But yeah, you can see that these wings are translucent. They look still very flyish. They're basically identical to what we got with this dude, but they're a lot lower down on the fly. And he's got he's got a big looking stinger, doesn't he? We've looked at him before. I just forgot he had that big stinger. We don't have a stinger on the buzz off type figure here, and that's kind of weird because you would think the bumblebees would have the stinger, but there is a hole back here, but I'm not sure if there's anything you could put back there to make a stinger. I haven't seen anything, but anyway, there you have your figure there. I think it looks good with the pauldrons, but let me show you what he looks like without the pauldrons very quickly before we go to articulation. Okay, so there he is without the pauldrons, and his head just looks super big, and his shoulders look, a little bit more narrow. But if you like that, you can see where they plug in there. If you like that, then that's fine. But I just like him. I think he looks a little bit more Buzz-Off-esque if he's wearing the pauldrons, in my opinion. And now let's do some articulation. All right, bringing our Buzz-Off type figure on in here. We're gonna take a closer look at him as far as all of his articulation is concerned. And the first thing that I want to do is show you that he's going to be able to look up literally all the way, which is really going to work good for flying poses. If you want him to fly straight ahead, kind of letting his things hang down, kind of like bees do, and fly straight ahead. That's pretty cool. And he's going to be able to look all the way down, which looks really cool. And you see I equipped the things, whatever this is, in the front that make it look closed instead of open, so you get an idea what that looks like. And you can, of course, look straight ahead. You're going to get plenty of head pivot. You're going to be able to look side to side. So yeah, everything works really good there. You're definitely going to be able to get full 360 even with the pauldrons there. It gets out of the way. No bicep swivel, because Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions most of the time do not give it to us. But you do have elbow swivel, and it's a single joint at elbow. These gauntlets do rotate, so that's nice. So the gauntlets rotate. When you rotate the gauntlets, it rotates the hand. But then you can also swivel, of course, these claw hands and hinge them horizontally. And there's no vertical hinges on this dude. No diaphragm joint to speak of, but he does have a ball joint in the hip, or I should say waist. But this is as much movement as you're going to get. He's only going to crunch forward that much, which is really none at all. And he's only going to bend back a slight amount as well. So very limited on that. He will turn, as you see, but not really any side to side. He's going to get full splits. He'll be able to kick up about that much. He'll be able to get some good stride back. He has a single jointed knee, and it also rotates. And you see you have that Cosmic Legion style boot, but it works good for a Bumblebee type figure here, I think. And the foot is going to bend down just slightly, and it'll bend up all the way. Forward-facing pins, you do get rockers. There is a peg hole in the bottom. Very neat design on the bottom. And so you don't really have boot cut, but the knee rotation kind of provides a boot cut. And you do not have thigh rotation there. It wiggles, but it's not really there. You see him holding, I did equip the hand that allows him to hold the axe very securely. That is very secure. But yeah, that is really good. And then of course you have to include, and I showed you already, but I'll show you again, these will go up all the way, like so. They'll go down all the way, even overlap each other to kind of look like they're folding. And then they will also, you bring them out, they can hinge back like so. hinge back, forward, back, like that. There you go, you can see it there. So there's his articulation. Now let's do some comparisons. And here is our Masterverse New Eternia Buzz Off. Now I do have a Classics 2000X from the head pack head on here because I just love that head. There's what the actual head looks like from the Masterverse New Eternia, and he is wearing a helmet. So I'll show you what he looks like. There he is without the helmet. You can see his wings and how that compares. But yeah, the wings are folded down. Definitely more realistic as far as features. Like, you know, we have claws, almost like clawful on most of the Buzz Off. Even the Classics one. Here's the Classics one. And I don't have his helmet because frankly, I don't like his helmet. But I like this Buzz Off. He's got the little tentacle things coming down near his back. There's yellow antennae that go downward. And Classics belt and loincloth as usual. There's no articulation of those claws, I do not believe. Nope, they're just static, but they will rotate, but no hinge. There is a diaphragm hinge, but it's covered up by that thick chest armor. And just your basic, you know, Classics articulation. Cool feet here. Similar feet here in the New Eternia Buzz Off by Masterverse. And then here you have more of a robotic type feet, but it still, you know, works when you put the color scheme together. But yeah, there is your Cosmic Legion, Mythic Legion style by the Four Horsemen, their homage, their nod to Buzz Off, and there are your figures. So that is cool. But yeah, this one definitely has a different head, different looking head for sure, but I still think it works. So we have a whole hive of figures coming at us here. And for a few more Buzz Off type figures, a part of the hive, we have our cartoon collection by Origins here, looking really cool. And then we have, he's really washed out, kind of like the episode, kind of like the show, but there is the 2000X cartoon collection by Origins. You dim that light a little bit so he won't be as washed out, but yeah, looking cool with his axe, his face sculpt. Yeah, looking really neat there. His legs, the way they are. Very simplistic wings though on this dude. But yeah, you can have all kinds of buzzing bees in your MOTU. And thank you so much for joining us for this Super Dave review and episode of figures, playsets, and accessories that work well with MOTU. You have this little Cosmic Legion set here that looks really good, even with our MOTU figures, and I just enjoy pairing up other, you know, franchises with my Masters of the Universe. Here's my Mundo He-Man from the 2000X line. Just ordered Teela today from the 2000X. That is 1/12 scale Mundo. That is going to be exciting. Can't wait to get her in. I think probably next year. But this Cosmic Legion or Buzz Off / Bumblebee, part of the Hive. I forget what they called them in 2000X because there was a whole race of them, and they didn't all look the same. So this works. And you got Fisto back there from New Eternia Masterverse, but you can just, you know, pair together different things and just build out your multiverse the way you want to. And this is just looking so cool. So thank you again. Be blessed. Like, subscribe if you haven't. Comment if you have something to say, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Be blessed. Here's some photos in the photo gallery.